Hi attached mommies. So I am about almost 2 weeks postpartum right now, and I just wanted to share with you a quick ring sling tutorial. So this ring sling tutorial is going to focus on newborn wearing. So obviously my baby is going to be 2 weeks tomorrow, and I just wanted to share with you what's been working for us and some safety instructions for wearing a newborn in a ring sling, and also how to nurse in a ring sling, or bottle feed in a ring sling. So first things first, your rings in one hand, find one edge of your ring sling, hold it about arm's width apart, then we're going to gather up that fabric, accordion style, you can call it, so try not to twist the fabric. We're going to slide them through the rings, like so, and then we're going to open up the rings and put the end of the ring sling through. Again, we're trying not to twist the fabric, but if it does twist, I'll show you how we can figure that out and fix it. So right here, what we're going to do is we're going to pull some of the fabric out, about 2 to 3 inches, and we're going to find one edge, see that it communicates with what we would call the tail of the ring sling. So that side is communicating. So what we're going to do now is we're going to walk our fingers through the fabric between the rings, find the other edge right here, and then we're going to make sure that this edge is communicating through the rings, and it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that slack out that I just made there, like so. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to size this. So I have an itty bitty newborn. Let me open this up a little bit more. I have a tiny newborn, and I want my newborn nice and up high, close enough to kiss. So I'm going to put my rings right here, about where I want them to be. And I want my baby up nice and high. So this is a tad bit bigger than what I actually want for my baby. So sizing, this is how you would do it. But I want this to fit over my head. So that's why this is a little bigger than I would have done for her exact size, because she's tiny and this would not fit over my head any other way. So now, if you do get too much through the rings and you want to release some of the fabric, you just pull up on this outer ring like so, and there I just pulled about 2 or 3 inches through the rings. Now my breasts, they ache from my milk coming in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out some more slack, and I'm going to be aware of where the fabric is going through the rings, because sometimes what can happen is this fabric here, it can bunch up, and then you do not have an easy flow of fabric through the rings. So what I want to maintain is that good communication of the fabric going through the rings without bunching up. Now what I'm going to do is make sure that the ring sling is not twisted on my back, like so. So right here, my shoulder is nice and cupped. The fabric is cupping my shoulder, and now I have a nice even back. And now what are we going to do here? We're going to fix this, because my bottom edge is very, it's noticeably smaller than my top edge. You see that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten up this top edge right here. Just pull in the direction that the fabric is coming from. Just a little bit more. You see, now they communicate better. So now, here, I am ready for my baby. I have a hat coming off as usual. I'm just going to take that off. Now, I'm putting her in a high burp carry, like so. I'm going to reach underneath my carrier and welcome her legs gently into the carrier, like so. So at this point, if you notice that your rings are moving downward, all you have to do is hold on to the baby's bottom, like so, and adjust your carrier back. See, my rings are back up high. So now, if I was going to wear my baby with her legs out, I'm giving her a chance to adjust to being inside of the carrier. I'm giving her a little bit of time. It's kind of like easing her into the carrier instead of just popping her in there. So right here, she's comfortable. She's still asleep. You can see her little knees are up higher than her little butt, and I'm not overextending her legs. This position she took on naturally if I were holding her. Now I'm gonna bring the top edge of the fabric up and around her, holding her back. I'm going to reach in, okay? I'm gonna find the bottom edge of this fabric right here. And with my thumb, right, I'm gonna bring the slack from the back, pop it behind baby's knees, knee to knee, right? Come back to the center. My hand, my thumb is in the bottom edge. I'm gonna flip that inward, like so. So now the slack is here. I found it. I've brought it to the rings, and now I'm gonna tighten that out. So now that slack is gone, and you can see baby's knees are nice and high on both sides. This side is a little harder to see, but the fabric is behind the baby's knees. I can pull it up so you can see. And there's fabric in between us. So now, what do I do with all of this? Now my baby is slumped. That is not what I want. I want her back to have a nice curve, but not slumped like this. I want her to be more, a little bit more supported. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring the fabric up to the back of her neck, like so. I'm gonna bring the fabric from around the back all the way up to the rings. And now I will adjust in thirds. So my top third, I'm gonna pull towards the direction that the fabric was coming from. So it's coming like this and going back out. I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna find my middle third right here, the center of the fabric where her back is. And I'm gonna just pull in that direction also. And now the bottom third, I'm gonna pull on the bottom edge just slightly because we've already tightened that. As you can see, baby's back has a nice slight curve. Her chin is off of her chest. She's close enough for me to kiss. Her knees are above her bottom right here, and she has a nice clear airways. I can see her face, I can see her nose and her mouth, and I can see that she's not slumped over. Now, to make this a bit more comfortable for me, I can cut my shoulder once again because this will ride up no matter what. This fabric rides up to your neck, and that causes fatigue over time. So what you can do is just be a little aware of that and pull it down. Now, when you've got your carry set in place, you can just push up on baby's ankles like so to deepen the carry, deepen their seat. And that's legs out with a newborn. So now for legs in, I'm gonna loosen the carrier a bit. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this back leg right here. I'm gonna turn her. So this, I'm gonna loosen it some more so I can show you how to tighten. So now, what's gonna happen is she's gonna be in a sort of upright position. It's kind of gonna look like a check mark. So I can put her legs in, like so. And her body is making a check mark. You can see that right there. Her head is supported. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the fabric once again from the back to the rings. I'm gonna tighten in the direction the fabric is coming from, so I'm not pulling down. I'm pulling on a diagonal. I'm gonna go to the center and do the same. Pulling on the diagonal. And the last, on the end, I'm doing the same, pulling on the diagonal. Baby's legs are in. There is fabric in between myself and the baby. She is nice and supported, nice curved back, but she's not slumped. Her airways are clear. She's close enough for me to kiss. And I can breastfeed just like this if I wanted to, or I can lower her down. It's just important to remember that you always want to bring baby back upright when they're finished nursing. So for nursing, I would just loosen this, lower her to where I want her to be. And then what I would like to happen, because I can see if she wants to nurse now. She does not. It's a miracle. She does not want to nurse right now. You feed the baby, okay? Whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, you can bring them lower where they can be comfortable to nurse. And when they're finished, always remember, bring them back upright, and this is for whatever carrier you're using. You're going to bring your baby back upright and tighten. Tighten again where the carrier is in a safe, comfortable position for you and baby. And that's it. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, just comment below and I am more than happy to help you. Happy baby wearing, mamas.